All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the third Sustainability Insight Sharing session. So I'm Grace. For those of you who had joined us previously, good to see you again. And for new ones, welcome. I hope everyone is having a good morning so far. So on behalf of Regenerative X Association, I would like to thank everyone for taking the time to join this session. So this sharing session is part of our association's ongoing effort to inspire meaningful conversations and share insights that can drive sustainable practices. So I hope everyone will join the sharing today on fashion, and feel free to ask your questions in the chat box throughout the presentation by our speaker. So I will now pass over to Dr. Marzi from Faculty of Applied and Creative Arts, UNIMAS, who will introduce about herself and her topic today. So over to you, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Grace. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you for joining for this session, and hopefully it will be a very informative session for you, and you can not change totally, but your mind can be changed quite about the eco-fashion and what is the eco-fashion actually. The things is I try my best to share with you during this session. I'm Marzi Hatef. My family name is Hatef, and then I'm from Faculty of Arts and Creativity, Faculty of Applied and Creative Arts, actually, UNIMAS, and my focus is in eco-fashion and sustainable fashion design, and even I have done my doctorate in this field, and today I will share with you more about this eco-fashion. I want to give you some brief. I'm waiting for the rest can join us, so then I can start today and I can talk about the eco-fashion and the bridge between eco-fashion, technology, culture, and also so on. So my expertise, as I did mention, is in fashion, clothing, and textile. And it back to 20 years ago when I entered for my degree, I start to do the cultivation and then coming up with something eco-friendly. That time was very new. Around the world, not just Malaysia, and I start to come up with the collection from the waste, and after that I did my master also to explore more about what is really sustainable fashion design. And in my PhD, when I came to Malaysia, and then I've done my PhD, I come up with a new model for eco-fashion, meaning that my journey in fashion, most of the time I focus on, and I wanted to do something for the fashion to be more sustainable. And today I want to share some of my results during this more than 20, and then during my teaching as well. I mean, my teaching also I will cover sustainable fashion always, even it's something like what we say art and then drawing and those kind of things. I try my best to teach my students how they can be more conscious and then do the practice for eco fashion. And then until now it was very fun, and then I think most of my students really enjoy, and hopefully by today also I can not totally change, but quite, I mean, there's some changes in your mind about eco-fashion. Okay, so what is, I have a lot. This I did mention to Grace for this interesting topic, because I always talk about eco-fashion in different conditions. I mean, it's not just about the 1 hour, or we have maybe some workshop and those kind of things. I prepared this a slide for that time, I mean, for the online workshop or even for the webinar. So today, as long as I don't have too much time, it's just maybe 30 minutes, I do my best to cover most of the topic I want to share, and I will skip from some of them, and I will give you some idea. If you want, you can search and you can know more about this interesting topic. But I back to the main topic I want to talk is eco fashion. Actually, when we talk about eco fashion, and even for me as a sustainable fashion designer, when we talk about eco fashion, it's quite different from sustainable fashion. Maybe it's you will say, what's the difference? It's covered two things. It's the same, eco fashion and sustainable fashion. Actually, eco fashion is more on practical things, and sustainable fashion is the term for having the fashion to be sustained. Okay, that's why it's two different. But for today's session, I don't want to come up with something very what we say in depth and then give you some headache to think about these two things. But overall, it's quite different. So sustainable fashion is not just we come up with wearing the second-hand clothes, or we upcycle the clothing, because I face with this problem a lot, and I really want to teach to not just students, to people. Actually, eco fashion is not like this. Eco fashion is something, the practice from the how we think, how we design, and how we wear, and how we behave for the fashion. Okay, so meaning that it's from the practice, and then the result and the outcome for the eco fashion is reduce the environmental impact. And today I want to share with you how we can do these kind of things. But this one is very basic things, the fashion industry, environment footprint. I believe most of us know about this problem. And then, as I know, textile and fashion industry is one of the most polluting industry around the world. Okay, we have the greenhouse gas emission, we have waste generation, we have water consumption, we have a lot of problems. But I did mention, we cannot control, we cannot say, if I do eco fashion, then we can reduce the water consumption, we can reduce the waste. We cannot make it zero, but we can make it, at least we can try our best to make it more sustained. Okay, so if I want to talk about these three, okay, we will have six, we always say 6R, okay, rethink, refuse, reduce, reuse, repair, recycle, redesign. Okay, those kind of things you are very familiar. Okay, maybe, and that's why I want to talk today about what is this and how we can. Before I want to be a lecturer and educator, I was designer, and then how we can help. And I believe most of you also interested in eco fashion, and most of you maybe are designer and really want to do how you can adopt this kind of practice and apply for your career or even for your study. This one also very helpful. So we always talk about the recycle, okay, reduce, reuse, rethink, redesign, and those kind of things. It's fine. It's a circular design. We talk about the rethinking the production and consumption, as I did mention here. But how we can do this? Today, I did mention for this interesting topic, I always talk 3 to 4 hours. Okay, most of my webinar is 3 to 4 hours. But for this session, I really want to just cover the topic, and then I will give some insight for you to research more. But I try my best to cover all the topic I did mention here. Is the trend, the sustainable fashion trends. As I did mention, sustainable fashion is quite different from eco fashion. Eco fashion is more on practical. Okay, so in 2025, the year we are in 2025. Okay, I want to talk about these 12, and actually it's quite interesting because maybe some of you just think about eco fashion is doing, I'm not saying 100%, but some are thinking about upcycling, recycling, and then what else, redesign, and those kind of things. But actually, no. We will have 3D printing. We will have digital printing. I will give this one, I will go for each of topic, and then I will give some insight about each of them. AI, artificial intelligence, VR as well, virtual fitting room, sourcing material, predictive analysis, and zero waste design is my expertise on more on zero waste design. Chemical recycling, physical upcycling, wearable art, biotechnology, sustainable supply chain, and the last one for my topic, maybe that one it will be more than 40. It's local artisan and community. The things is I recently found, and I recently focusing on this one. Okay, so meaning that we can be part of the sustainable fashion world with doing those kind of practice. I always say practice, meaning that one can be a part of our career, or even for our teaching and also study. Okay, so we will go one by one. I did mention I just go through very quickly, and then I will give some brief for each of them. But don't forget, these 12 is part of sustainable fashion, and they are practice for making fashion to be sustainable. Okay, so we will say it's an opportunity for us to grab all of them, not all. Actually, for me, also some of them I really want to explore more. In some of them, I'm expert on that, and some of them I'm exploring now. Like when I come to Malaysia, I found we can do some community job and then local, communicate with some local artisans to make more fashion to be sustainable. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so the first one is the 3D printing. Maybe you will say 3D printing is making waste. Actually, is not making waste. 3D printing is really helpful in technology that can reduce the waste from making the avant-garde style fashion and avant-garde trend, avant-garde clothing and garment. That's why this 3D printing can come up with some accessory and garment that can help us to reduce the using the recycle and then reduce the waste. I cannot, because I did mention I don't have too much time, so I just give you some insight, and then you can search and you can find the 3D printing, then how it works, and then the flexible 3D printing. And most of you maybe know about the Iris van Happerven. She is the Dutch fashion designer. Actually, she is the academic and also design educator and the designer, Dutch designer. And then she come up with something very interesting to use recycle material to do the 3D fashion, and I come up with how it works. Come up with the modeling and 3D model, and after that using the recycle synthetic material, and after that can produce the zero waste fabric without any waste. And after that, this kind of material, this kind of what we say clothing, this kind of garment can be disposed, because that one is from the recycle and bioorganic material. So as you can see here, meaning that we don't have any waste, we don't have any paper, or even the process, even the water consumption, even those kind of things we don't have for making 3D printing clothes or garment. Okay, you can see here it's just a 3D printing, it's just some recycled material, and even I did mention it can be the biodegradable material for those kind of garments. So that's why when we say 3D printing, 3D, of course these kind of things is some part of fashion. I'm not talking about ready to wear, I'm talking about the overall fashion. Okay, this one is using the how it can help to be more fashion to be more sustained is using sustainable material I did mention here, and also reduce the water consumption and waste consumption. Why? Because we don't use any water during the process, and also we don't come up with the waste. We don't have the cutting, we don't have the process for making the clothing. That's why it will be more helpful. Is it very nice? And we have too many. I just go through and I can show some of the fashion designer. Even now I'm focusing, but for me, I'm doing the accessories, as I don't have the enough facility here to come up with the actual clothing, but we are focusing on some part of the accessory to come up with a sustainable and biodegradable material for the 3D printing. And you can see here Adidas. I just come up with some famous brand everyone knows, and then you can see why we are saying eco fashion is around the world, and then most of the brands, most of the fashion brand, they are following those kind of things. Even Adidas, even some of you know about the Karim Rashid. Karim Rashid is a Arab designer, and then he also come up with 3D textile printing. Is the first, I can say the first. You can search and you can have some more idea. Is the first
Give me a moment, yeah. I think Dr. Marzi is connected. Just give us a moment. Hey. All right, just give us a quick. Dr. Marzi will try to reconnect back. Uh, All right, Dr. Marzi is going to reconnect. Just give her a few minutes. She probably got disconnected from the chat. I'm sorry, from the meeting. Okay. All right. Welcome back, Doctor. You're still muted. um, Doctor, you have to unmute yourself. You're still muted. Okay.
now you can hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. No worries.
Okay, thank you. I said I don't know what was the problem. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
I'm trying to share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. No, I cannot. Why I cannot? Let me. Okay. It takes time. I think. Okay, now you can.
Are you able to
Right?
share?
Yes, I did.
I can't see from my side here.
Okay.
Sharing.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's what I said. Maybe the.
Okay, yeah. All right. Now it's on.
Now? Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
sorry for the, sorry for that. So, I did mention, I just want to come up with some fashion brand. They are doing the, okay, let me wait, then it will be fully shared then. Okay, I think, yeah, no. So I did mention I want to come up with some famous brand, and we can see most of the fashion brand nowadays, they found the eco fashion is a technical trend they can join. And I did talk about the Karim Rashid is the first, I'm saying is the first textile designer. He come up with a 3D printing for the garment. We don't have 3D textile printing is the first one. Then you can observe, you can search more, and then you can find how it works. It's very interesting. And Chanel, most of you know about the Chanel. Maybe it's very interesting. Oh, Chanel also is part of the eco fashion. Yes, it is. And then they come up in Kotu fall winter 2016 back 9 years ago, meaning that it's not quite new. They come up with a fully 3D printing bolero jacket, as you can see, and then the material they use is biodegradable. So that one also is another good example for the 3D printing. Even Under Armour is the sport brand, fashion, I can say the brand, the sport brand. Also, they are using 3D printing for the create custom sneakers for their customer. And this one is also from the, it's very interesting, from the recycled material, recycled polyester material. So you can see Dior, another fashion brand, also they come up with, for the recently collection, they come up with a fully accessory upcycle 3D printing that there is no waste, there is no water consumption, there is no using the, what we say, the upcycle, sorry, the waste material. Another one we have a lot, I just need to skip. We have Yanit Plague is another good. I really advise most of you to watch this talk show, and she talked about how she come up with this 3D printed fashion garment. This one is fully biodegradable material, and after that it can be disposed easily. And then another thing is using software in fashion printing. You can see now, that's why I did mention for my topic, we are making the bridge between fashion, technology, material, and culture to be more sustained. This one, when we talk about the 3D printing and those kind of things, we are talking about the 3D software and so on. So along with my topic, maybe you didn't know digital fabric printing is another way to do the eco fashion. So digital fabric printing is kind of sustainable fashion. Why? Because for this kind of thing, we do reduce the water consumption. Maybe most of you know about the digital printing, and you didn't know this kind of things is also helpful. And even if I want to make it very quickly, even this one can make the demand production, meaning that because I also did too many before I come up with sustainable fashion. I did too many years ago. I work as a textile fashion designer in industry, and we do the silk printing, hand silk printing. That one has too many problem. The problem goes to the waste consumption, to go to the water consumption and those kind of things. But digital fabric printing can make clothes customized and reduce water and energy consumption. Another things I want to share is digital pattern making. My favorite things, okay, to do those kind of things. I come up with a one. It's not what we say commercialized yet. It's in process, and after that I can share with anyone, and you can use this application. It's a mobile application, then everyone can use this one. Digital pattern making also is another way to do the to be part of the eco fashion practice. We use okay, I can show you here. I developed an application. That one is 100% eco. Why? Because the material used and also the pattern and everything is in digital. No need to come up with a pattern making, and even no need to come up with a paper printing and those kind of things. You can use any what we say device to download this application, and then you can come up with the customized for the children. This one I focus for the children, and then I come up with a fully what we say fully from the scratch to 100, how you can develop and how you can make for the children clothing. Okay, this one is another topic. Everyone can make it as I mean, everyone can focus on this digital pattern making, not using the we have too many software like Gemini, like Marvelous, like what we say Lecro, and those kind of things you can do, and you can grab this chance to learn and then apply for your career as well. I wanted to share some of the fashion brand also. They are using they are eco fashion brand. Stella McCarthy, most of you maybe know, and even the Diana von Fostering is another fashion, sustainable fashion designer. She come up with the customized printing, and also Prada. Most of us knows Prada is one of the fast fashion brands. Yeah, even this brand is a fast fashion, but they are doing this kind of practice to come up with something more sustainable, and also they are thinking about have the conscious line for some of the customer and those kind of things. Mara Hoffman is another good example for making the digital printing, and Gucci is another. Yeah, we know Gucci is a famous and it's a luxury brand, but they are practiced to do the eco fashion printing for their collection. And another thing is zero waste fashion. Zero waste design. Zero waste design is another practice. You will come up, you will think about how you make your fabric to be zero to make a clothing. This one is one of my expertise. I did too many research, and then I published too many articles regarding the zero waste design. And when any fabric they give it to me, I will think about how I can make it with no waste. This one is another good practice, and I can say everyone can do this practice. It needs help. It needs some what we say time consuming, because you need to think how you can come up with a one piece of fabric to don't be wasted for making the clothing. But this practice is very interesting, and I did a lot. I come up with the jacket, I come up with the skirt, I come up with a full collection for the zero waste fashion. So this one is another practice. Another thing is upcycling and recycling. I'm pretty sure most of, because if you are a student, you think about the upcycling is one of the what we say, one of the practice you do. In Malaysia, I've seen a lot, but I can say it's not the eco fashion. It's very, very small and very part of the things. Recycling is more on chemical process, meaning that we will make with the unused fabric textile during the textile process to come up with a new fabric. And upcycling is a kind of physical process. We will come up with a new design, a new look of the previous fabric or unused fabric on unused clothing. Okay, so here I did, but that's why I said I cannot go through each of them, but you can have some look, and then you can search more about the thread up and push mark, deep top, and refashioner. Good on You is my favorite one, and then my wardrobe and swap.com. These are the platform for you to understand about this practice. Recycling and upcycling is a practice to teach people how they can engage with the recycling. Even we cannot do the the chemical process, but we can have we can be part of this process, and we can donate, we can buy, we can sell unused and second-hand clothing, and how we can rethink about this practice. And I can say the Patagonia is one of the first company in the south of America, if I'm not mistaken, is in Colombia or those kind of the country. They are doing making the outdoor clothing with the upcycle technique, upcycle and recycle. They use the recycle material to come up with a new fabric, and they do the upcycle technique from the unused material from the previous collection. This one is another thing. They come up, I did mention just now, they come up with a new fabric. It's a recycled polyester. They have this technology, and they can come up with something very unique for their and then customize for their customer. This one is another practice they do. And maybe some of you you don't know Levi's. Levi's is the very famous brand in for when we talk about the denim, when we talk about the jean, we have the Levi's. But most of the time we think about the Levi's is a fast fashion, or they come up with something very trendy and those kind of things. But I did mention, for now we are in the 2025, and I'm saying we are in the 21st century. All the fashion brands are thinking about to follow the new trend. The new trend is eco-fashion. That's why each of them are thinking about how they can practice for eco-fashion. It's not just we come up with something using the cotton, so that's it. Or we upcycle the material, oh, that's it. No, we need to find which technique and which practice is suitable for eco-fashion. Levi's come up with one line. They call this line, they use the recycle cotton. They come up with, they make the denim, any product from the recycle cotton, and also they come up with upcycle denim from the previous collection. This one is another. Stella McCartney is the famous and luxurious fashion brand. I can say luxurious because she was one of the first and pioneer in the fashion, in the eco fashion. So this one is, I just wanted to say, I also come up with some collection. I use the upcycle, and also I use some of the upcycle material and recycle material. Another things we can talk is variable technology. I'm so sorry because I'm in, you think I'm talking very fast because I really want to cover my topic. That's why I need just to talk, and after that I will be here for the question and answer. So don't be worried. In any question you can ask me later on. So for the another practice is variable technology. This one I can say, if you are a student and you want to think about your future and even for your study, this is another practice we can think about, the smart clothing and smart jewelry. What is this and how it can help for the eco fashion? Actually, having those kind of things is a good Japanese fashion brand, is the Anagra's brand, is a good things, is a good practice. They customize the what we say, the garment. And if you go to this website, you can see color will be changed based on the different what we say, the temperature. And this one is quite interesting because this show how we can come up with a smart fashion clothing during this century, 21st century, and how we can customize. No need to print, no need to do anything. When it will be scanned, the fabric, what we say, the printing will be appear in the fabric. And it's quite interesting because there is no waste, there is no water consumption, there is no waste. That's why it's quite interesting for eco fashion. Is another thing, a smart fabric and e-textile. It's kind of using the e-textile to show the interesting part, the decorative part of the fabric, but there is no waste and there is no there is no water and energy consumption. Another thing is Nike. Nike also come up with an eco fashion practice. This one is a sportswear brand, everyone knows, but maybe you know, they have the line, they have a ready to wear line, and it is talk about the Nike customization platform. That one has some shoes and with the application. Then this application can help the customer to customize their own shoes. How many of you guys, after maybe 1 or 2 years after your shoes will be broken or something is small or is out of look, I mean, it's the what we say, the out of date and all those kind of things, you guys will do the throw away. But this kind of thing can help to make it customized and make it fresh every time you want to wear. This one also is another technique, another practice the Nike use it. You can search and you can find more about this. And even the smart fabric, most of the sportswear brand also do it. Dry fit is another smart fabric then can helpful for using for the sport and those kind of things. After you wear it, you don't feel any sweating and those kind of things, and it can dry. It can dry by the fabric. And after you do the practice, you do the exercise and those kind of, it will be dried by themselves. Okay, this one is another thing, is dry fit. You can search and you can find what is the technology behind this dry and fit. And I did talk about the Nike. You can search and you can find how its application works, and it can give you some good information. Undermode, another thing, and Google and Levi's. This one also is very huge and very interesting. When I go and search about the Google and Levi's, I found, okay, this collaboration can help eco fashion a lot, because we know Google is a platform, Google is something else, but how it comes to fashion, they do some collaboration, and Levi's come up with some jacket. It has the smart device, not just the what we call the smart watch, no, a smart device, and it can control during the driving, during you lost and you want to find the way and those kind of things. This jacket can help a lot. This one is another good practice for the eco fashion practice. And then I come up with some of the good because I did mention I really want to know how other company wants to be part of fashion and how they can work with this. Love Lauren is another luxurious fashion brand. It's American fashion brand, and then it back to 1970 when they start, they also did some more practice for fashion, sustainable fashion, and now they come up with a line, with a bridge line. It's a bridge line. It's not for the luxurious luxurious line. For the bridge line, they come up with some shirt, some t-shirt. It can help for the, they say a smart shirt. It can cover, it can monitor the heart rate, the breathing rate, and those kind of things. This one also is another thing, and this is the sensoria. I promise you, if you do research and you find and you go for the sensoria, you will be shocked, because this company, the European company, come up with a perfect, I can say the perfect process for having sustainable. Even this company is very customized. They will come up, they will grow the fabric from the scratch. They grow the fabric, and they are using variable tech, as you can see here in this, the socks and also underwear, and also for the gun, you can see it's come up with a sensor, it come up with a flower, it come up with some biodegradable material. This one is another story, and the story behind of this is very helpful. I always mention about this one, Alexander McQueen. I mean, he, not his brand, because now after he passed away, after that, his brand is not more sustainable, because they are thinking about the minimal, but it's not quite sustainable. I cannot say it's sustainable. But I want to back to 1999. This collection is back to 1999, almost 26 years ago. And he come up with the printing digital during the fashion show. He wanted to show we can come up to give the beauty to the clothing when they are nothing, when they are plain, they are nothing, and we can give this one. Don't make waste, don't make any fabric waste or any water consumption and waste and those kind of things. Okay, so this one is another things. And after the model come, then the 2 robot spray for the what we say for the printing, and that one is another practice in eco fashion. Tommy Hilfiger, same as the Nike, also they come up with a one line bridge, and then they come up with an application. That's what I'm saying, it's a new trend. Most of the fashion brand, they come up with something, the application, and also their own garment. It can be linked together, it can help for the health, and it can help to deduct the deduct the waste. This one is very interesting. It's back to the style. The people, they cannot make their style, and they don't know how many pieces they have. This one is very interesting. If you do some research, you will be I'm pretty sure you will follow this one a lot, because this application will give you some idea about how many pieces you have in your wardrobe and how many pieces you need to buy. No need to buy too much, a lot, and then it can tell you you have those kind of things. Now you just need this one. No need to buy the unused or something you don't need it. This one also good. I really want you to do some more research about this one. Artificial intelligence. I don't have to talk about artificial intelligence a lot, but now also I'm focusing on this part, because now it's a hot trend to talk about artificial intelligence in eco fashion, because with using artificial intelligence, we don't need to have some wasted material for making the idea and those kind of things. Of course, AI can give us inspiration. I don't believe with AI we don't need any more fashion designer. No, I 100% disagree with this one, because as you know, the ideation can be from the AI, but how we can apply it come from us as a designer. So, but I really want some of you, if you are interested, you can do some more research about the AI in eco fashion. It can come up with a virtual photography, no need model, no need any waste for timing, or that's what I said. Waste is not just fabric and something very tangible product. It's come up with intangible, come up with a time, come up with the energy, and those kind of things as well. And NFT also is another things. Nowadays, the fashion brands, most of the fashion brands, I can show you, they come up, they go to the NFT. NFT is another word, and it's come from the new technology, and then is part of the eco fashion as well. So I skip, because if I want to talk, it will be too much, and I don't want to lose the rest as well. So another thing is talking about the VR, AR is virtual fitting room. Virtual fitting room is, I'm focusing now on this, and then I'm doing some research about the virtual fitting, not fitting room, VR, augmented reality, and also virtual reality. These two can help the fashion brand and fashion designer and even the customer to do not buy something without any purpose, or can help to see how it look on you, okay, and after that, is it nice, is it okay, the fit is not, is it is fit or not, then you can buy that kind of things. This one is another new virtual fitting room and augmented reality, and even I did mention virtual reality and also augmented reality can help for any brand to customize their clothing. Don't waste, don't make waste, don't make something people doesn't like. They will come up with the virtual fitting room, they will come up with the virtual clothing, people will wear it virtually. If they really want, they will order, and based on their order, the company will come up, meaning that you can see, we don't want to come up with something waste, people doesn't want to buy, and then it will be waste, and then after that cannot do anything. That's what virtual fitting room technology can help a lot. Nowadays, we are doing too many research about the virtual fitting. That's why I did mention. For me, I'm focusing on cultural costume to focus. Anyone can wear their own cultural costume, and they can say it's fit on them or no. If they are really interested, they can order, and they can, and then SEM, a small and medium entrepreneur, they can make it for them. It's a new topic I'm focusing and I'm doing right now. So is another thing is sustainable material sourcing. Of course, this one is very new. If you can see some of the fashion, luxurious fashion brand, even the eco fashion brands, they have some tag, they have some label. When you scan, you will see the birth certificate. We say birth certificate of the clothing, where they come from, where they come, and then what is the what we say, what is the origin of this material, and those kind of things. I can say the Martin Jarklad, this guy, you can search and you can find good information about this designer. He is from London, the British designer, and he created the smart tag. This tag, when you QR, use the QR, then you can see the birth certificate of the clothes. This one is very interesting technology as well. The predictive analytic is talking about the new trend. It's very helpful. It's it's a bridge between AI, artificial intelligence, and can tell fashion brand what is the new, what is the trend for the previous year, and how they can come up with for this new year. No, I mean the coming year. No need to come up with something can make base. Why? Because based on the analyze and based on the what we say, the it's something like how people interested to buy those kind of things in previous year. So they will go and they will make an analyze, and then they will tell to the fashion brand, no need to come up with this clothing anymore. Why? Because there is no more demand. That's why also this one can help, but this one is more on company. This one is very good topic if you are in master or PhD degree, you can grab this opportunity to do more research about this. This one is very interesting as well. I did mention here, these are the Yes, H&M, Stitch Fix, View.ai. This one is some of the application. They can tell you about the new trend and what is the new trend and how it can cover for the coming year the new product. And another thing is nanotechnology and biotechnology, and this one also is another good practice in eco fashion. And we all knows about, we cannot say we cannot use any synthetic material anymore. No, because we lack of organic material, we lack of cotton, we lack of woolen, we lack of silk around the world. We are not saying we must follow the organic material and those kind of things. No, we cannot do it actually. But with the new technique, nanotechnology and biotechnology, you can see here, these are from the something like, this one is from Stella McCartney. They come up with something, the silk from the east, and also they come up something from the biodegradable material. These are from the mushroom. You can search about BOLT thread. This one is very interesting topic. And they come up with a biotechnology to create the velvet fabric, and also silk material. Those are, you can see in my screen, are from the biodegradable material and from the waste east. This one is from the mushroom. Okay, BOLT is from the mushroom and also from east. They called Milo leather. It comes from the Milo. This one is another good thing you can search, and you can find the new idea for those kind of things. Another thing I really want to share is talking about the growing the fabric from the scratch. This one is some practice in eco fashion. This one, Jacob Olmeda is, if I'm not mistaken, is very junior. It was very junior. Now he has his own label. So he come up with something from the scratch, from the growing the fabric with some seeds, you can see. And the fabric, after 1 year, 2 years, the fabric will come up with something beautiful, and it's biodegradable. Why? Because it's come up from the seed, and it's from the organic material. This one also is another good. I always talk about this one with my student, and I will always say this one can be a good inspiration for you if you want to come up with something for doing with the biodegradable material as well. And then for the microbial dyeing, we have another things, meaning that we don't need to come up with the waste and water consumption. We can do using the microbe. Microbe is another new technique for doing the printing and dyeing, and after that it can show some good and very interesting pattern for the fabric, and there is no waste for the water consumption. Another things, I believe most of you know about the 3D software. I'm the person, after I learned 20 years ago about the 3D software and software in fashion design, rarely I do the hand and the traditional technique, because I did mention this one is the practice. We are not here to say fashion, eco fashion is part of the fashion designer job to make something sustainable. No, anyone can do the practice in fashion design using 3D software. You can see I always use 3D fabric design software, and also fashion design software such as Ecology 3D, Browser, Optitex, and this one I come up recently I come up with one 3D fabric which is Orang Ulu Songket. Is quite nice because it's Orangul is another culture tribe, and then Songket is for the Malay culture. I mix it and I use the 3D software, 3D textile software to come up with this, and I make eco fashion, tradition, and technology together. And then it's a very interesting project as well. I mean, making the bridge. And then the last, sorry, okay, I know my time is done, but so another thing I want to share, yeah, is the last one, is talking about the local artisan. Just now I did mention. So if you search and if you find some brand like the People Tree or Mayet, they are using local artisan to come up with a fabric, the hand-woven fabric, for giving this opportunity to involve community and local artisans in fashion brand. Meaning that fashion brand, these two are, People Tree is one of the conscious fashion brand around the world, and also Mayet. Both are conscious. What is the meaning of conscious? They are talking about the people, they do in the village, they do in the community, and no one knows about them, right? So they will attract, they will use this kind of skill to be in their own way. This connection, helping the community. Helping the community means helping the fair trade. Fair trade means you are helping the economic of the country. All this covering eco-fashion as well. We shouldn't think about eco-fashion is something about this garment as that's it. No, that's what I'm saying. We need to think about more about eco-fashion. We need to do some more practice about those kind of eco-fashion. Also, sorry, the last one, because I did have a lot. The last one is sustainable supply chain management. This one is very good software. I mean, talking about the various software tools that can help for the sustainable supply chain for the fashion brand. It can show how many, predict how many I mean, about the CO2, about the emission, about the waste, and about the what is the situation of the brands in sustainable way. And as you can see, Adidas, Burberry, Roche Group, H&M, Intex, and also Louis Vuitton, and too many, Calvin Klein, and those kind of things. Most of the famous fashion brands are using those kind of software. This one is sustainable supply chain management. I did some research when I was in my master, and I come up with a design, what we say, the platform for the company. That time was the leather company, to minimize their waste, because the leather industry also is another problem in the textile and clothing industry, is one of the major problem in textile and fashion. So this one also can be helpful, but I really want you to do more research about eco waste. Is a cloth-based supplier sustainability. This one is very helpful for most of the fashion brands. They can, not just fashion brands, any brands can use it, but based on my expertise, and I'm talking about fashion, so this one can help to give some statistic and also give some idea how they can reduce their waste. Okay, and the last one, yeah, this one also another. These are I really do agree with this, because this one I did use for my research, and I come up with some good results. And these are also is another. We have too many, as you can see here. I don't want to read, but you can see these are also is a good platform for the having the fashion brand to reduce the waste, and then they can come up with how much they produce waste, or how much they produce CO2 to the environment, because they are using the environment, and they make some problem and hazard material to the earth. Okay, these are also good, and these are all platform and not free. You can, that's what I'm saying. It depends on what you want to do for eco fashion. I did some good, I give you some idea. I did mention in 1 hour, even they said, I'm so sorry, Grace, they said to me just 30 minutes, but I cannot finish in 30 minutes. As you can see, it's a lot, and even I skipped some of them. I couldn't finish. So sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
Grace. All right, so we do have 2 questions here from Mr. Jacob. He's asking, number 1, what
Okay,
are
sure.
some easy to use AI tools that we can use, preferably free ones?
What AI software? I'm sorry, I couldn't
Yeah,
understand.
AI
Why?
tools that can be used, preferably free ones.
Free one. Okay. If you're talking about the free one, okay. I can say for the fashion, if you are talking about the fashion, okay, AI nowadays, AI is not free, as you know. We need to subscribe and those kind of things. But based on my experience, okay, because before I want to do, and before I want to buy something, I do some research to which one is the best one. But based on whatever I've seen, I can say Mid-Journey is the best one for me, and I bought after I did some research. I found this one is the best. We have too many, but I can say it's good as a matter of can give some idea, as a matter of can share others. I mean, the idea can share with me, and also another thing is good because it's safe based on whatever I've seen, and it's more accurate for my purpose. The Mid-Journey. But even again, as a designer, I don't believe. And if you are a designer, don't be sad. Using AI cannot be placed with you because no one can be creative like you. Okay, AI is something just we are saying artificial intelligence. It's not 100% human.
All right. His next question is, how important is comfort during this stage of product design?
What do you mean? How it's important to be sustainable?
During this stage of product design, from Mr. Jacob.
I can say I can see from the chat box.
Mm-hmm. I think this part is during the 3D, perhaps.
Maybe how important is comfort during the stage of product design? Yeah, if it's about talking about the 3D, because I'm a 3D fashion designer. I mean, most of my before I go for the real product, anything. Okay, so I do the 3D print, 3D modeling first. Nowadays, I also doing the 3D printing as well. That's why I'm saying it's very important because for me, before this, I do have, if this question is related to 3D, so this one is the answer. Even now, if I want to do something, I believe before I go and do the measuring and do the prototype and those kind of things, the first one I come up with the modeling. If everything is fine, then I go for the product design. It helped me a lot, even during the COVID time. Too many restrictions we did, and then during that time I start to do my freelancer job. I got too many what we say order from other country for the clothing and those kinds of things. I did all based on my 3D software. I make it, I send it, and they agree. After they agree, I come up with the not prototype. There is no prototype when you're talking about the modeling in 3D, meaning that you confirm everything. And after you confirm everything, then you can go for the final product. Okay. So.
And his last one, I believe engineering and fashion academicians must work together. How can we encourage more of this?
Yes, this one is quite interesting because we always lack of doing some collaboration with engineering. So I can say it's not a lack of the engineering. It's not talking about the engineering problem. I'm talking about ourselves. Fashion academicians, they are really don't want to know about the engineering part of the and technical part of the fashion is the problem. So that's why I said, if we go for the eco fashion, you can see we have too many options, we have too many practice. But once we come with the biotechnology, for example, of course, I'm a fashion designer. I don't know too much about the biotechnology. So I need to collaborate with the engineer. So it back to the fashion designer and their background. If they really want to be up to date and to follow the trend, the new trend is the digital and technology. Of course, they have to do some collaboration. And for encourage, I believe if we have some platform, we can find each other easily. It can help a lot, because now, even for me, if I want to find any engineer to help me for the biotechnology fabric, I mean, the terms of the biotechnology for my fabric in my mind, I cannot find easily. So I can say we need to have this kind of like the workshop or any platform or those kind of things can engage these two different persons together. I mean, we lack of these things, but we have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a good platform we can find, because for me, I always find the people I want them from the LinkedIn.
All right. Okay, I think that's about it. Can we have
Okay,
a
thank
quick
you
group
so
photo
much, everyone.
with
Yeah.
everyone first? A quick group photo. Those who can turn on your cameras, if we
Yes.
can have a quick one. Those who can turn on your camera, please do. If not, it's fine as well. I'll just have a quick screenshot. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, just one. Okay, all right. I'll capture now. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. So I'll just share what's going on for next week.
Thank
We
you
will
so
be
much.
having you guys can see my screen. Yeah. So we will have Assistant Prof. Christopher from UCSI University next week, who will be presenting on Beyond the Plate, Hardy Culinary Systems. So do join us next week. And I've also shared the feedback form onto the chat. So if you guys could fill that in for our session today. And of course, thank you so much to Dr. Marzi for such an interesting topic and really great sharing our participants and also our supporting partners. So happy weekend and have a great Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for invitation. And then I'm so sorry if it was too fast, but hopefully you enjoyed. Well, have a great weekend and bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.